Alright, so we got the sluice set up and running. I'm going to add some jet dry, a couple drops. What that does is that helps break up the surface tension and allows the gold to sink. Now, before I run my real concentrate, I run some stuff that doesn't contain gold, but it's black sand and everything. I run this just to see how well it's operating before I run my gold bearing material. Now it's important that you run your material wet. So what I'm going to do is get a little water in this test material, just enough to get it nice and damp. I'm going to spoon it in, and I'm going to watch to see how well it's clearing. Now it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And by more, I mean I'm adding bigger spoonfuls to see how long it takes to clear. As you can see, it's clearing quite well from that top riffle, or grizzly, which is what I want to see. And the reason I'm using non-gold bearing material here is because I don't want to jeopardize the review by incorporating any material that does not belong to the Dirt Hogg material. Let that clear a little bit more. This is something you're not supposed to do when you have gold bearing material, which is pour water in the top in addition to the water that's coming out of the pump, because it knocks your gold loose. But again, this is not gold bearing material. Nor do you want to do this. Alright. I'm going to get a little water here, add it to my Paydirt. Roughly do about a quarter cup at a time. All the dirt is being collected into the yellow cat litter tub that you see at the base of the sluice. Alright, so we're going to let this run for a minute. It could be gold. It'd be good if it is. Now when I don't have an on-off or a valve adjustment for the water pressure, so the pump is going to go immediately off, and what that's going to do is it's going to basically slam on the brakes for the water, and there'll probably be a shift in gold. Luckily I've got carpet, ripples, and all kinds of goodies to help keep that gold in place. So this is one of the things that I want to reconstruct is the matting for this sluice. However, it's doing a pretty decent job as it is right now. So we'll go ahead and turn the water off and see where we're at. And then sit it back up here. And we'll see what we got. So I'm seeing some flakes. So this will be a decent little cleanup here. For 4 pounds of dirt anyway, it's not too bad. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up, and then I'll get to the next step and I'll bring you along with us. Alright, so what you're seeing here is the item that looks like silver or platinum next to the gold. And it's bunched up with the gold. It's up on top with the gold. It's all over the place with the gold. Now, it didn't occur to me until just recently. I wonder if that is gold covered in mercury. If that's the case, I don't know what to do about that. So I don't really know how to separate that. So it's going to be interesting because I'm going to just go ahead and collect it all together, and I guess I'll separate it manually later on. Painstakingly separate manually. So if you have any ideas on what that is, please let me know so I can try and address this accordingly or collect it accordingly. That would be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to go ahead and do this cleanup. But as you can see, there is gold in the matting here. There is the mystery metal. It's obviously quite heavy. I did have some gold trying to escape. I had some issues with the pump, as you probably heard in some of the video. So it slowed the water down or sped it up and messed with the flow a little bit. I have to get that looked at. So I don't see anything in there. But I did have everything collected down there, so I may pan that out a little later on in another video. But let's go ahead and get this cleaned up and I'll show you what the result is. Okay, so the material that we collected wasn't quite as much as I was expecting. So this is the panable material, and this tiny bit here is the 50 mesh material, and so don't think that's really going to be enough to run the blue bowl. I mean, I do see a lot of little flower gold in there. I just don't know that that's going to be worthwhile, so I may save that. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and get the bigger stuff out and see what comes out of this. Do this real quick. there are a lot of garnets. Garnets are a pain in my butt. I find those to be a little bit difficult working with. I want to make sure I'm not losing any fine stuff in here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a couple bits of, really got to keep my eye on this because mixed in this it looks like there's a lot of pyrite, but I also have quite a bit of flour gold, which I was not expecting. So I want to make sure that none of that's floating out, so I am going slow. There's been a lot of comments about me going too slow when I'm panning, but can't please everyone. So the material that you're seeing here so that's that silver stuff that I'm talking about. It's heavy, it's crystalline, I can tell because of the way that it's formed. So I don't know if that's silver, gold, I mean, you know, you heard me. But that's most of the pan. There's some quartz with gold on it. So, yeah, look at that. There's quite a few chunks of gold in there. It's not bad. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off and I'll get back to you. Alright, so we're about to weigh up the most of the gold that was recovered. So if you look at this plate, that's about it. My guess is probably a little over a gram. Now I did not do the flour gold in the 50 mesh classified material. I do not suspect that there will be quite a bit of that because there was such a small amount. So the plate weighs 4. Take this out. Grand total of gold. About 3.5 grams. That's not bad. So 3.43 grams. Not too bad. Alright, until next time.